Restaurants and cafes will be restricted to takeaway and delivery services only. Bolos still open. You can still get a beer. God knows we all might need one. For everything else, there are no changes right now. Retail stores still open, but with the existing restrictions that already apply to indoor venues. Shopping centres are open, but do not sit at food courts. And of course, supermarkets will always stay open, always. New directions will be issued under the Public Environmental and Health Act to enact and enforce these new rules. As a starting point, these measures will be in place for 1 month, when they will be reviewed and only relaxed if the threat has subsided. Remote communities are not included in these restrictions, given the strong protections we are already implementing for them. To schools. The advice from the nation's top health experts continues to be that it is safe for schools to stay open. But from tomorrow and for the rest of this term, the decision to send kids to school will be a choice for parents. I know a lot of parents are feeling anxious right now during these times. I trust parents to know what is best for them and their kids. If you want to keep kids at home for the remainder of this term, that's okay. But they have to be at home. If they can't be at home or with you, please send them to school. From term 2, it is my expectation that education will be compulsory again. The Education Department will use this time to make sure there can be flexible arrangements for students to receive their education, whether that's at school or at home. There are a lot of changes happening, and not everyone will agree, but let's all agree that our kids should keep learning. Speaking directly to our teachers, thank you. You are on the front line. Your health is as important to me as our kids. I have asked that your welfare be paramount through all this. We need you, and we need you healthy and well. COVID-19 is doing more damage to our territory economy than any natural disaster ever has. I talk to business owners every day, and I know how much you are hurting. These new rules are going to hurt. They're going to hurt some people more. I'll talk soon about why we have to do this, why we have no choice. But please know, I am going to do everything I possibly can to help you survive in these unprecedented times. We've released a tourism rescue package. We've released a jobs rescue and recovery package. Through the night, we have been working on more support. The $50 million Small Business Survival Fund. The fund will deliver grants to help keep businesses alive even when they have to shut. An advisory board of business leaders will oversee the fund, chaired by Dick Goit. We will release more detail on the fund this afternoon and in coming days, and I've directed it be open for application from Friday. It has 3 clear goals. First, and most importantly, keeping businesses alive, helping you survive this period so you're still here when things go back to normal. Second, helping businesses adjust and adapt to this new environment, like setting you up online or helping you expand takeaway and delivery services. And just on that, if Territorians want to help but you're not sure how, order some takeaway. I am serious, at least a meal a day from a local joint. If you've got the dough for it, being the best Territorian you can be right now does mean eating takeaway. The third goal is to prepare businesses for the rebound. It will come when this crisis ends. You can come back strong. We will come out the other side of this. Our hospitality and tourism businesses will be at the front line to get money from this fund. The federal government stimulus package announced yesterday will also help Territorians. Small businesses who keep their workers on will get at least $20,000 back in the bank and as much as $100,000. Territorians who lose their job will be able to access income support that is double the usual rate with no assets test and no waiting period. It will help. But just like we're doing more and more, the feds need to do the same. We will keep scaling up to save jobs. The feds need to as well. Even with all of this, I know there'll be some businesses that will close. I know jobs will be lost. I feel sick about that. I have agonised over these decisions. And I know a lot of people will be asking, why is all of this needed up here when the problem isn't as bad up here? I think that is a fair question, and let me give you a thorough answer. My big fear, the thing that is keeping me up at night, is that the coronavirus wave is coming to the Territory. I hope that securing our borders would be enough to stop it, and it will help, but it won't be enough. It's clear extreme action is needed to keep us safe. We know the coronavirus is already here. We don't have community spread, but neither did anywhere else in Australia until they suddenly did. In every part of Australia, in every part of the world, it all started somewhere with one case. So please do not think the Territory is immune from the worst effects of the coronavirus. We are not. If this hits us hard, it will be devastating. If you're asking if these measures go too far, I'd like you to do something for me if you can. Google coronavirus and Italy and spend 5 minutes looking through the pictures and the videos. See the sick and dying lying up in hospital hallways and then think, that could be mum, it could be dad, it could be your brother, your sister, your colleague, your mate, it could be your son or your daughter, it could be you, it could be me. Till now, we have been the safest place in Australia, and I am going to keep it that way. The states down south might be able to let the virus get out of control before acting. Up here, we do not have the luxury of waiting for it to get worse. Our size is too small, our population too vulnerable, the risk too great, the cost too high. Maybe this hits home for me more than most. A few months ago, I was the one lying on a hospital bed in the ED. Extraordinary doctors and nurses saved my life. I thank God for them, I thank God for the Royal Darwin Hospital, and I thank God for everyone that works there. I was lucky. Great Territory healthcare workers were there for me, to care for me and to save me. If I had presented in the middle of a coronavirus outbreak, it might have been a different story. So everything we are doing, every one of these hard decisions, is to prevent that outbreak, that nightmare from happening here. We do not know everything about this virus, but we know this. The only thing that's been properly effective anywhere in the world is partly shutting down sections of society where the risk is greatest. It's the only thing that's really saved lives. No government has regretted going full bore to stop this virus. Almost every government has regretted doing too little and waiting too long. I don't want us to have the same regrets. I know this is a lot to take in. I know these decisions will cause pain for people. I expect there will be Territorians who do not support this and who will never forgive me for it. But I didn't make these hard choices. If I didn't make these hard choices to save lives, I could never forgive myself. People's lives are on the line. That's what has to come first. This is not the end. In coming days, I'll have to ask even more of you. Things will get harder before they get easier. Eventually, they will get easier. This crisis will not break us. We will not let it break us. We are all in this together. We are all on Team Territory. Thank you.